This is a short video comparing the accuracy of the R10 with the picture of an impact camera and Eye Mini Lite. So what you see is I have the R10 data on GS Pro, and in parallel I projected the data onto the image of an impact camera I have installed above the ball. So the green line is showing the pass, the red line is showing the phase angle reported by R10, and the blue line is the HLA. And on the bottom there's the Eye Mini Lite data. This is the first shot, was a wedge that I'm showing here. I will not show all the data, but just some sample shots to see how the R10 compares to the Eye Mini data and to the impact camera. So in this shot, you will see the R10 recognized auto-in pass just slightly, which you can see here also on the impact cam. But if you follow the screen here, you will notice that it's actually just slightly into out and not auto-in. The phase angle actually was correct from the R10, and also HLA is pretty good. But here the iMini data on the pass is more correct, so it's slightly into out, and thus I would think the side spin of LED 700 is also more correct than the side spin here. You will have to take into account that in this shot the R10 did not recognize the spin correctly, so it just calculated the spin here. If it measures the spin, my connector version puts a 1 in the closure rate. Although the data is not 100% correct on the pass, shot shape is quite similar, but not as much on the left hand side. But actually the R10 is well within the given accuracy detail on the pass. But of course, if it's plus minus 4, if you have just 2 degrees auto in, you could actually have a wrong shot shape there, as it could be also slightly into out, as in this example. Here you can see an iron shot, 7 iron, I think. And actually the shape is again quite similar, although the R10 is again less. Both have read a club pass of into out, which is quite good. So here you also see in the impact cam that the club pass also looks this way. It's slightly closed the face to target, and therefore the ball is spinning left. The iMini has it much further left with 2000 spins, so more a hook. But overall, I think a pretty good picture. Here you also see the backspin was actually calculated, measured correctly, but because it has less side spin, as the R10 measures only the total spin and then has the spin axis, it is slightly different than the iMini. This is another interesting example where the R10 actually has a pass of slightly into out, but the iMini showing actually my usual into out pass of around 4 degrees, and you can also see in the video that is actually a bit more than what the R10 did measure. You will see it here, it's coming more from in to out than it's showing here. HLL was good. Also, the phase angle was quite good. But this results in a pretty straight shot on the R10. And then here the backspin did not measure its calculated. So that's also the reason why it has a different carry distance. And on the Eye Mini, you see a significant draw, which looks more to be correct if you're looking at the impact view. But again, the data is within the accuracy specified by Garmin, so I think it's totally fine. But you just need to be aware that this could be the case. Here's the first driver shot I want to show, and there you clearly can see the issues, especially the Garmin has if the club, especially driver or woods, are not hit in the middle. Here I've hit pretty heely drive. Um, so the pass data actually was pretty good. So Garmin measured into out 3.9 degrees. iMini measured 3 degrees, which looks to be fitting to what the impact camera is showing. But as you can see, I'm hitting it very much on the heel, and therefore I will pause it here and actually replay. You see just before impact, actually the driver head was still a bit open, and in the impact it got twisted to closed, and this is actually what the R10 is reading. So 2 degrees closed, which is correct, but after the impact. Therefore, it will show a left spin axis and not the right spin axis, which would be produced by the gear effect actually, and the slightly open head that the iMini is showing. So this shows pretty good where the issue is. I think also with irons, it's if you hit it pretty good, then the R10 data um, shows pretty good values. Um, but you first need like RCT balls or mark balls to get the backspin right, and therefore also have correct distances. But here on the, especially on driver, you see if you don't hit it in the middle, you will get quite wrong data, um, which is um, which is okay if you know it, but you need to be aware of it. This example is another driver, actually a pretty good hit, pretty straight, but both showing a bit different data. So on the R10, it is measured slightly closed, and on the iMini, it actually is fading a bit, and this is again just a bit on the Healy side, no strike, and therefore I think the club face got twisted just a bit, um, thus leading to a closed measurement on the R10, and you can see it here just at the impact. It's hard to see because of the light, that it was actually a bit close, a bit open before impact, and therefore I would think the Eye Mini is correct. Um, just a small fade instead of a small draw. So this is the last example I wanted to show. Here you can see basically again a Healy strike. So I'm obviously showing the data where the R10 is struggling, but that is my miss normally that I hit the heel. Um, Here you see again it's actually closing a bit, um, and therefore it's showing in this example actually more left side spin than the iMini. Okay, I misread. So the side spin is actually caused, yeah, by an almost neutral pass, um, and not an auto in pass. So I was reading the data incorrectly. So, and I think, yeah, it's pretty neutral. Um, yeah, and slightly closed at impact, but not as much as the R10 is reading. Yeah, should be correct what the iMini is reading. So that's it. So hopefully it helps others to identify what the R10 can do and sometimes cannot do, especially on mishits. It has trouble reading the phase data correctly, therefore showing a lot of times there then not the correct shot shape. Um, I did this actually in order to identify for myself if the R10 data is good enough for myself. I think actually it is pretty good, actually on par, and, especially on HLA. It struggles a bit with off-center hits, which was reported before also. Um, and yeah, that's the result. Hope it helps. And if you have questions, just leave a comment and have fun with it.